Hi everyone! I just got ready because I am filming a bunch of YouTube videos today and I figured I would just take you all along with me on my get ready process. I am doing this little everyday soft glam makeup look. I guess I would call this glam. I mean, it's definitely not natural. To me, this is like an easy everyday look, glowy and defined, but still, I would say totally suitable for every day. So come hang out if you want to see how I got this look. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so we can stay in touch. So I already have my skincare on. It's about halfway through the day right now. It's actually 1:45 p.m. I'm just kind of getting set up to start filming some YouTube videos, so I have to get ready. I definitely think I could use a little bit more hydration and skin prep before my makeup goes on. I always like to have a very good hydrated base before I start putting makeup on. It just makes everything blend a lot easier. I'm gonna use this Kosas, what is this called? The Dreambeam Comfy Smooth Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 40. I already have some of this on my face. I'm gonna put a little bit more. It's probably time for me to top up anyway. On days like this, when I'm gonna be inside all day, I don't always reapply my sunscreen every 2 hours, but when I am outside, I always do. So what I like about this stuff is that, oh my gosh, I've actually not really done a get ready with me video, and it's kind of hard to talk to you all and do what I'm doing. So what I like about this stuff from Kosas, it is of course SPF 40, which is great, but it also has a bunch of like hydrating ingredients. It has ceramides, hyaluronic acid, allantoin, and it also, as you can probably see, it gives your face just such a good little glow. So it's just such a good little makeup primer, really. I am gonna wait just a few minutes to let this all set in my skin, just like a few minutes. In the meantime, I'm also going to use the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. This is just the vanilla clear one. I love this stuff. It is one of those vial products that actually works. It's great. So I'm just gonna put some of that on my lips. It's just super hydrating and it does give like a nice bit of glossiness. Actually, hold on. I just realized that I bought this is like one of those little holiday sets from Sephora. They have these 4 of the different shades of the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. I just got this in the mail actually, and I'm so excited. I actually have not tried any of the colored versions of this, so maybe I will use one of these in today's look. So I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. Color Corrector first. You can't really see in this lighting. I'm sitting right in front of a window, but I do have some pretty significant, I mean, I find them to be pretty visible, kind of dark circles under my eyes. So I like to color correct them with a little bit of this yellow color corrector. My dark circles are really just purple, so I see a lot of people use peach or orange under the eyes, but for me, they're not quite blue, they're purple under there. So I use yellow to try to color correct a little bit. Also right here, I actually have some darkness, so sometimes if I'm really going for a full glam beat, I'll even color correct like around here where I have a little bit of darkness too, but this is more of an everyday look. It's glam, but a little more everyday, so I'm not gonna bother going in to that level, but I will blend that in with this Rare Beauty concealer brush. So I have not really filmed a get ready with me video before. I am the kind of girl who does her makeup basically every day. I just really enjoy it, honestly. I think it's just like a fun process. It's like a meditative and creative part of my routine. So I just really love doing my makeup. And honestly, I do a pretty glam look most days. And you know, it's funny, I know natural clean girl makeup is really in right now, but personally, I find that type of makeup takes longer to put on and perfect than something that's just like a little bit more coverage and a little bit more high performance products that really do their job well. I end up being able to do it faster. I mean, right now, it's gonna take longer because I'm talking to you and trying to film and explain each step, and I'm also doing my makeup in front of this window instead of in front of a normal mirror. So it takes a little longer because I'm not in my usual element, but I kind of find that doing more of like a slightly glam look is easier than doing a no makeup look, because with a no makeup look, you have to kind of get your skin to look perfected and flawless, but also look like you're not wearing makeup. And that's harder. It actually is a harder look. There's more like blending you have to do. I don't know. It's just more involved to me. So I have to wear like mascara, which I don't usually wear. It's just like a little bit, I don't know, more of an effort to me, which is ironic considering it's supposed to look effortless. But to me, this soft glam look that I'm about to show you, it's a lot easier for me to do really quickly. This is the Kulfi concealer in the shade Extra Elaichi. It is my favorite concealer right now. It is just so perfectly toned for me at this time. It just really matches my skin tone really well. It's a little bit like yellowy orangey on me, the undertones anyway, but it works perfect. This is what I mean with never having done a getting ready video. I forgot to put on my foundation. Usually I put on my foundation before the concealer. I'll just leave that there and let it settle in, but let's put on the foundation first because that is how I usually do my makeup. So this is the Haus Labs foundation. It is called the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. Obviously, so many influencers on the internet really love this stuff, and I think they're right. It is really good. The shade is 250 Light Medium Neutral. I have found that the skin tones of this stuff, or like the colors, don't really match the descriptions that well, but this shade does really match me pretty well. And this is also what makes it a little bit more of a glam look, because this foundation is technically medium to full coverage. I'm just gonna squirt one pump and I'm gonna blend this out with a beauty blender. This foundation is a little bit more full coverage, but for me, it's nice because then I don't have to go in. You see that pimple that is not fully covered, but got pretty nicely covered pretty immediately. I didn't have to go in and like spot conceal it, which I feel like with natural makeup, you end up having to like go in and do a lot of like detail work, unless your skin is naturally flawless, which good for you, but not me. I tend to have a lot of stuff that I'm trying to perfect. And I just feel like natural makeup, it just takes longer because I have to like go in and do all these little details versus this stuff, which is like pretty full coverage. I went in with just one pump, as you can see, and it gave me such beautiful coverage, but because the formula is already full coverage, it just looks so perfected. Maybe I'll go in with a little bit more, because in real life, you can kind of see a little bit of texture. On the screen, wow, I look awesome. Dang, I look great. It's easy to see why social media can be so deceiving, because the lighting, I mean, I'm just sitting up under a window, but damn, I look great. But in real life, you can see that I do have texture. Let's see if I lean in, if you can kind of see it. There is texture, by the way. If it looks like I'm textureless, that is not true. None of this is to bash natural makeup. I do love the look, and I do actually try to make my makeup look somewhat natural. I mean, you know, it's obvious that I'm wearing makeup, and I never am trying to hide the fact that I'm wearing makeup, because I don't think I need to pretend that I'm not wearing makeup, because I'm definitely wearing makeup and I love makeup. But no shade on natural makeup looks. I do think that they're really beautiful if they work for you. But for me, for some reason, they're more effort. So this is really what my everyday makeup routine looks like. I have a simplified version of this too, which if you want to see it, I can do a separate video about that. But this is kind of my, if I'm really going to do my makeup on a day, this is what I'll go for. Okay, now it's time for the concealer. I already put that on, and now it's been sitting there for a little bit, which is good actually. I like to let my concealer sit a little bit just so that I can get the most coverage out of it. I feel like if it sits for a little bit, it'll just be a little bit more full coverage than if I go in and blend it right away. Like I said, I've never really done these get ready with me videos, but what I want to be doing here on this YouTube channel is I really have been spending so much time in my life right now trying to figure out how to create a lifestyle that is just a lot more centered on my rest and on moving slow and on my pleasure, frankly. I've been trying to create a lifestyle that's just more conducive to having more of the things that I love baked into my day-to-day. So that way, my whole lifestyle is kind of centered around my pleasure and my peace and my rest, as opposed to trying to make time for self-care, like squeeze it in on the weekends or in the evenings or on vacation. I kind of want to have this really feeling of ease in my day-to-day life. So I am feeling inspired to make content about that. And for me, one of the things that brings me pleasure is my makeup, which is why I figured it's kind of a fun thing to also do some like get ready with me videos like this one and do just like some makeup stuff, because that is honestly what I love. Like I said, doing my makeup is such a fun part of my day and such a fun part of my routine. So it makes sense that I would also talk about makeup on this channel. So if you're into any of that kind of stuff, by the way, make sure you subscribe, because that is what I'll be doing here. I am gonna go in and spot conceal this little guy just a little bit more. I'm just gonna kind of actually pat it in here with my finger. Wow, that really covered up so well. It's kind of amazing, honestly. My skin looks fucking awesome. My God. I don't even know what to do. My skin looks so good. I don't know what to do with all this extra product. Anyways, I'll blend that in a second. So this is the LYS No Limits Cream Bronzer in the shade Harmony. I love this stuff. It is new to my collection, but so just creamy the way it goes on the skin. As you can see, kind of blends out like butter. I mean, it goes on your skin like butter and it blends like butter. It's so easy. For some days, I might not put on, like if I was gonna skip any part of my makeup routine, the bronzer is kind of the number one thing that I don't necessarily need, but if I have the time to do it and I'm having a long, luxurious process of putting on my makeup, I will add the bronzer. But this is something that if my foundation matches my skin tone well enough, which in this case looks pretty good, then I think I can usually go without bronzer. I always need bronzer if my foundation is too light for me, but in this case, it's such a good tone match that I don't really need the bronzer unless I'm going for a bronzy look. And so on an everyday occasion, if I'm just trying to like go faster, then I won't really bother with putting on bronzer, because I can create some of this definition with my blush, which I'll show you in a second, or maybe in another video, let's see. But usually I would kind of put some blush in these areas that I have my bronzer, and it kind of does a similar thing. So I didn't mean to be coming on here to talk so much about no makeup. Like I said, I like no makeup, but I do think it is funny, the idea that we should be trying to look like we're not wearing makeup. It's like we're wearing makeup and it's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing weird about it. It's like fun to do makeup. I don't know. It's weird to me that we try so hard, or it's like very trendy right now to try to look like we're not wearing makeup. I don't know. I just don't really care. I am wearing makeup and I love my makeup and I think I'm good at it. So I don't know why I would want to try to hide that I'm wearing makeup. I don't know. I just don't feel the need to make it undetectable. That makes sense. For me, it's more effortless to just be like, yeah, I'm wearing makeup and I like it. It's fun. I don't need to hide it. I don't need to try to make it look like, ooh, you can't tell it's there. I don't know. I love doing my makeup. Before I blend out this cheek part of it, I'm actually gonna do my eyebrows real quick, which I just realized I look like an alien right now. This is the PYT Brow Goals Pencil. This is a brand, they do a lot of stuff with recycled materials, I believe, or low waste. It's a very simple brow pencil, but I've purchased it so many times. There's like a flat end and then a more defined end. You can really mimic the look of a brow hair that way. But you can tell that I'm wearing makeup. Wow, looks so good, I love it. Okay, and now I'll blend in the rest of my bronzer. I'm gonna blend it in with another little e.l.f. brush. It's their Flawless Concealer brush. I'm just gonna use this to blend it in the nose, kind of contour area. Ooh, it looks great. So if I was doing a look that's like faster and I'm not trying to take my time doing my makeup, I'd skip this part because it's not necessary. I just find it fun. I think it looks good. Cute! I love it. And then for the cheeks, I'm gonna use this like bigger, fluffier It's like a little bit dense. It's good for like a pat motion like this. Also from e.l.f. it's the angled blush brush, but I'm going to use it to blend out this last little bit of bronzer. Cute. Okay. Wow, we're really getting somewhere. This looks great. Let's see the eyes. Okay, so for an everyday look, I do actually keep the eyes pretty simple in terms of the eyeshadow. The One palette from Lawless. I don't even know if they still have this. This is just like an old palette that I've had forever, but still works, so I still use it. I'm going in with this kind of like caramely, bronzy brown tone. This is pretty close to like my bronzer shade. I'm tapping off the excess bronzer shade. It just kind of gives a little wash of color without being too intense. Just popping something in there, but I'm really not gonna do too much to it. Then I take a clean blending brush, also from e.l.f. All my brushes apparently are from e.l.f. Blend out the edges so they're nice and soft. This is a clean brush, there's nothing on it. Pretty, and you see it just kind of like, it's barely, I mean it's there, but it's like barely there. It's like not super noticeable. It's really just a little wash of color on the eyes really to bring some definition. But yeah, I find that, you know, makeup is, we're doing it because it's fun. I guess we also do it because it helps us feel put together, and we do live in a world where women are kind of expected to have a bit of a perfected look, which is really annoying and frustrating. So I know a lot of us do that, less because like a lot of us do our makeup, at least in part because it's just easier to get treated well by people around us. But for me, I feel like doing my makeup has become just like something that is truly just fun, and like I said, for me. And I also think to that effect, doing my makeup a little bit more like I'm not trying to hide that I have makeup on makes it for me, if that makes sense. Like I'm not trying to like look perfected and effortless. I'm like, no, I spent time on makeup this morning because it was fun for me to do, and I'm not gonna hide that I did my makeup just so you think that women naturally look like this, because we don't. So for me, I think that doing my makeup has become such a form of self-expression, and so that allows me to also like have fun with the way that I do my makeup instead of feeling like I have to make it like it's not there, if that makes sense. Sometimes I even take a little bit of this shadow and just like pop it right there along that line, just to kind of even more define it, just a smidge. And that'll help it like kind of stay put a little bit when I go in with blush, which I'm about to do, and it goes everywhere. So for an everyday makeup look, I do not use mascara. I know, very controversial. I just have very sensitive eyes actually, and my lashes, I don't know if you can see them. If you can't, that's the problem. They're just so thin and they point straight down, so I always will have to curl my lashes and then put on mascara for them to even show, and even then it's like they're barely visible. So mascara just for me, just, I don't know, it's just like effort that I don't really want to put in, and because I have such sensitive eyes, like it just kind of irritates my eyes a little bit, versus eyeliner does not. I also just like a bold eyeliner look. I don't know, it's just I've been doing it for forever. I should make a whole video about this. I've been doing my eyeliner the same exact way since I was like in high school, which was a long time ago. And so I don't know, this is just what I like. I'm just gonna go in, oh, by the way, this is the M Cosmetics like illustrative liquid eyeliner in brown. I also use black often, but today I'm just using brown because it's what I grabbed out of my drawer. This is very hard to do while talking, so give me a second. Okay, there you have it. Yeah, I basically do this eyeliner look every day. It's pretty thick, as you can see, and very much takes up, like draws a lot of attention. Let me do the other eye. Wow, it looks so good. Do they look even? I think maybe this one just needs to be a little bit longer. That's literally all I do. I don't put on, it's literally that one color of eyeshadow. I don't put on any shimmers or anything. Not for an everyday look. The one thing that I will do is I will take that same eyeshadow palette and that same brown color that I used all over the lid, sweep it underneath the eye, the lower lash line, just to create that depth under there, and that just kind of creates like a little bit of, just looks like it's like more complete and finished, right? Also kind of like makes the, as you can see, I have this baggy thing, but it's just more kind of looks intentional almost when I put this shadow under there, so I always do it. Wow, I really feel like I'm like coming back alive. This is the other thing, it's like I'm so used to wearing makeup, it's like my full personality starts to come out when I have makeup on. When I don't have makeup on, something that's, I'm the same person obviously, but I don't know, I just feel like I turn on, like my personality turns on a little bit. I don't know how to explain. Okay, so for blush, I'm gonna use Rare Beauty in the shade Virtue. I don't have to say anything about this blush. You know what the deal is. It's just good stuff. This color, if you have light medium skin like me, oh my God, it's so pretty. You can also see that my blush placement, I basically put it right there under my eyes. The reason is that's kind of the part of my cheek that I like to look fuller as opposed to like here. I think right here is where I also have like a natural, I kind of have covered it now, but I have a little bit of like a, can you see that? Like there's just like a little bit of indentation, and when I put blush right here, it kind of just, it almost makes it look like that indentation is there because that's where my cheeks are getting super poofy, which I kind of like it. I don't know. I think it just looks cute. Oh my God. Yeah, so I really like that placement. I do like bring the excess like up a little bit, but I don't really need. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. I could even, and I often do, put more blush than that. Look how cute that little red nose is. I love it. Maybe just a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. I just like that blush placement, at least on my face. I think it's so cute, and it really helps make this part of my face look so juicy, which I like. Forgot about this, but let's pick out one of these Summer Fridays shades. Maybe I'll do like a whole little swatch video as like a YouTube short. I feel like it's gotta be Vanilla Beige. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put on just a little hint of lip liner. Again, not something you have to do if this is just an everyday look. This is, by the way, the LYS Speak Love Smooth Glide Lip Pencil. It's so pretty. I really like that color a lot. Okay, let's do this Vanilla Beige. It's so pretty. Are you joking? Oh, I love it. Wow, I will be buying a full size of this. It is so pretty. I will put on a little bit of setting spray. This is the Euphoria Skin Moisturizing Setting Spray. Like I said, I'm only gonna be in the house today, so I don't need something that is gonna be infinitely long wearing. This, I would say, it's not like, I don't know if this really extends the length of my makeup the most ever, but I really like it because it makes the skin look really glossy and moisturized. It just feels good on the skin. I literally just repurchased this stuff because I really like it a lot. I think we're there. One thing you might notice is that I didn't wear any powders at all in this whole look. For me, this is an everyday look. If I was going more glam or it's like a special occasion, I need the makeup to really last for a very, very long time, then maybe I would add some powders. But for me, I really like the glowy look. Powder usually just makes my skin look super dry, and that Kulfi concealer, I mean, it does crease. I'm not gonna lie and say that it doesn't, but I don't know. It just doesn't really bother me. I don't really care if I have a little bit of creasing showing. So yeah, that's the completed look. Yeah, this is my easy, soft glam, everyday makeup look. And truly, this is something that I do every day. You know, I don't know if does this seem like a lot? I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments, does this seem like a lot of makeup? Is it involved? Yeah, let me know down below what you all think of this makeup look. What would you describe it as? Also, if you have any requests for other types of makeup looks, let me know down below because I will literally do them. Oh, and subscribe because, you know, we can hang out. I'll see you all for the next one. Bye!